Star Wars is back on the big screen with The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Gangsters, war criminals. I'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
On May 22nd, feel the Force on the biggest screen possible.
The old protect the young, and the young protect the old. This is the way.
Buckle up.
Always wear your seatbelt.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. In theaters May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Spring is in the air, which means now is the time to save during spring outdoor power deals at the Home Depot. Make cleanup easier when you go cordless with the Milwaukee M18 string trimmer, designed to deliver more runtime, more speed, and maximum performance. Then grab a select Milwaukee fuel attachment, like the pole saw, edger, or brush cutter, included at no extra cost when you buy the Milwaukee M18 string trimmer. Shop 7 days of spring outdoor power deals at the Home Depot, now through April 29th.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily. How could this one item block his chance for love? By Kerri Richardson of kerririchardson.com. Could you ever imagine that the clothes hanging in your closet could be getting in the way of you losing weight, or growing your business, finding love? Yep, these are just some of the fascinating effects clutter can have on your life. Think about what's in your wardrobe. Do some clothes remind you of times that you'd rather forget? If so, keeping these items makes it difficult for better times to come along, particularly in the area of your life that the item represents. Let's say you still have your ex-boyfriend's sweatshirt, or the comforter from when you lived together. The old energy wrapped up in these items is taking the space in your life where a new relationship would be. It's as if your relationship seat is already occupied. My client, Mark, purchased a custom-tailored tuxedo for a fundraiser he attended with his longtime girlfriend, the coordinator of a nonprofit organization. Unfortunately for Mark, it wasn't only funds that were raised that night. Allegations that his girlfriend was messing around with a coworker were also raised by the coworker's wife. Ever the gentleman, Mark saw the event to the end and waited until they got home to ask his girlfriend about the rumor. As her shoulders sank and her eyes dropped to the floor, he had his answer. Even a year after breaking up with her, he still felt sick to his stomach every time he looked at the tuxedo. It reminded him of her betrayal and lies. Part of our coaching work together focused on Mark's desire to get married and have a family. He had been dating, but nothing was working out. Naturally, he was gun-shy and found it difficult to trust. Although he had been working on moving past the painful situation, he felt blocked. "Have you ever thought about getting rid of that tuxedo?" I asked Mark. "No," he said. "I paid a lot of money for it, and it fits like a glove." "Have you worn it to other occasions since the fundraiser?" "No, I've had a couple of other opportunities to, but it upsets me to look at it." "So it fits like a glove physically, but energetically it's suffocating you. What if having that tuxedo hanging in your closet is botching any possibility of meeting Miss Right?" Mark was skeptical that one thing could have anything to do with the other. So we took a baby step and had him store the tuxedo away so it wasn't in his face every day when he got dressed. After he did, he realized that he had been tensing up before opening his closet doors, but now breathed a sigh of relief when he didn't see the tuxedo hanging there. He also had a couple of promising dates once he put the tuxedo in storage. Maybe it had been affecting him more than he'd realized. "It's crazy to think that an inanimate object could prevent me from meeting someone great," he said. "It's not the tuxedo that's keeping her away. It's what it means to you. The tuxedo is a physical representation of your pain and your ex-girlfriend's betrayal. No matter how brilliantly it fits your body, it no longer fits your soul," I said. I encouraged Mark to keep his eyes and ears open for opportunities to pass the tuxedo along. Perhaps he could consign it or donate it to a charity. The very next week, he learned that his company had teamed up with a local school to coordinate formal wear donations for underprivileged kids who wanted to go to the prom. This was a cause Mark felt particularly close to because he hadn't been able to afford a tuxedo for his prom. And there it was. Validation from the universe that it was time to pass the tuxedo along. Mark's skepticism was now out the window, and he was eager to get rid of more draining clutter. 5 months after donating his tuxedo, he met the woman who is now his fiancée, and he is happier than he'd been in a long time. Does it sound too coincidental? Perhaps. But that charity drive was going to happen whether or not Mark was thinking about getting rid of his tuxedo. But because he was focused on finding a new home for it, he noticed the information about it. On any other day, he might have missed the announcement entirely because it wasn't on his radar. You know when you learn a new word and you suddenly see it everywhere? Same thing. That word was always going to be on that sign or in that book. Your knowledge of it didn't suddenly make it appear there. The difference is that you noticed the word because your focus was attuned to it after your having just learned it. This is how opportunity works. It's always nearby waiting for you to accept it. But with clutter in your life, it's hard to see. So what will you get rid of today? You just listened to the post titled, "How Could This One Item Block His Chance for Love?" by Kerri Richardson of KerriRichardson.com.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
Sierra has all the best active and outdoor brands for the super athletic stuff, like running gear for cruising up the trail. Woo! And the super athletic-ish stuff, like fishing gear for chilling by the creek. Nice cast. Fitness apparel to push for higher reps. You got this. And golf balls priced so you can afford to lose one. Or a few. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athletic-ish, Sierra's got it.
And thanks to Kerri for this one, a post that I felt was a really nice reminder about how our items coexist with our relationships. Whether it's a tuxedo with a really specific story behind it or any other object, we often forget how the way we keep our physical space affects who we are, and thus how we relate to both ourselves and others. So, I think your takeaway or your assignment after this episode is to see what this looks like for you, how it exists for you. Think about any struggles you're having within yourself or with your partner, and instead of recycling the same thoughts about them or ruminating, this time try to go through your home. Take stock of what you keep and how you keep it, and see if there's any alignment. Perhaps you never find that you have enough time for yourself or your partner, and now you're starting to see that that could be because you have a lot of at-home projects that you spend your time on instead. Why might that be? Or how could you change that? Or perhaps you're at odds with family because they're upset that you never invite them over. But really it's because you're ashamed of all the clutter that you have and cleaning it up just feels like an impossible chore. So it might be on the nose like the story we heard today, or it might require a little more thinking. But sometimes a physical reset can really spark a personal one. And I encourage you to think about what that might mean for you right now. But okay, everybody, that's going to wrap up this installment of ORD. As always, I'm so thankful that you chose to show up today and do right by your relationships. Great job, and be sure to do the same tomorrow, as I'll be back with another post, like I am every day. That's where your optimal life awaits.